Nice. So I also just want to quickly introduce myself. So my name is David Fajgenbaum. I'm the executive director of the CDCN. I'm a physician scientist studying Castleman disease, and I'm also a patient battling this disease. And I'll share my story and a bit more about it as we go throughout the day. But that last piece, being a patient, is the thing that I'm most proud of, and the title and the affiliation with Castleman disease that means the most to me. And I know all of you in here are either a patient or a loved one of a patient. Today is really special to us for a few reasons. One is that today really embodies like all aspects of the CDCN. As you guys know, the CDCN is focused on curing Castleman disease, but today really encompasses all 5 things the CDCN does. So first, as you guys know, we fund and conduct research. And I think as you guys are aware, today you all will have an opportunity, if you'd like, to contribute blood samples to research. So this is a day where we've got research going on. There's 2 labs on Penn's campus, actually 3 today, that are all running samples, and they're waiting for these samples to better understand Castleman disease. So we're doing research today. We're also supporting and engaging patients. Many of you guys know Patty Prezenica, our community coordinator. You've connected with her. She's connected you guys. We help to get patients connected with one another and with the right doctors around the world. Today, of course, you're meeting one another, so we're doing that. We're connecting patients. We also are raising funds and raising awareness. Just down the hall tonight at 7:30, we're putting on our Quest for a Cure Gala. We have over 250 people coming tonight, and we hope that each of you guys will be there. It's going to be an incredible event, raise a ton of awareness, a ton of funds for research. So we've got the awareness and fundraising taken care of. And then we've also got the physician researcher engagement. Where's Mary Jo? I just saw Mary Jo. She's in the back. Mary Jo's one of the top Castleman disease doctors around. Fritz Van Ree will also be here today. He's a top Castleman's doctor. So we're bringing together the right people, and that's what the CDCN does. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the title of today. So it's called Beating Castlemans Together. And the idea of it, I think it's a pretty clear and simple statement that we're focused on beating Castlemans, but the key piece is the together part. And basically it's that all of us are fighting Castlemans, or many of us are fighting Castlemans as patients. All of us are in this fight against Castleman disease on an individual level. My Castlemans, your Castlemans. But what we have to realize, and what I realized several years ago, is that there's no way that I can beat Castlemans or you can beat Castlemans if we don't work together and if we don't fight together. Because there is no way that any one of us can take down this disease on our own. It's going to require a collective effort. It's going to require contributing samples for research and supporting one another during our tough times and raising funds for research. So it's going to take a team effort, and that together part is really important. So I'm going to pass it off to Mary, and we'll go through the agenda today. So thank you guys again so much for being here and for contributing to this important day.
Thanks, Dave. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Zaccato. Very happy to be here with you all today. Just wanted to run through the agenda quickly, and then also answer any questions that any of you have sort of at the onset, whatever comes to mind. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. For the icebreaker, we were going to break out into groups, but I think we'll just go around the room quickly instead. So after that, we'll have a brief update on research and why we contribute samples, and then you'll all have a chance to do that as well. We're taking healthy controls as well as patient samples. So you can learn a bit more about that process and also how you can register for our biobank or the Accelerate patient registry, which are 2 huge research efforts that have been years in the making that we're so happy to be able to have in place today. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Then there's actually 3 things all going on at the same time. So we're gonna be filming some stories with the film crew that we have here for the video that we're making. Some people will be donating samples, and then some will be doing an activity around telling your story and patient connection. So we'll be broken up into different groups, but throughout that time, That'll be what's taking place. And then we'll provide an overview of Castleman disease. That'll be Dr. Van Ree speaking to all of you. He has over 100 Castleman disease patients. He operates out of Arkansas, so that'll be great to hear from him. Dave will talk a little bit about our focus and our organization efforts. So since the CDCN has been around, we've just been growing and expanding and getting more volunteers and more support. So we wanted to highlight some of the work that we're doing there and some of the new roles that we have. Sheila and Helen and Amy are here today. Then we'll have some lunch in the same spot where we were before. Our Chief Scientific Officer, Jason Ruth, is going to be giving an update on research. Also, lots of exciting work going on. You'll see all the studies that we have, all the data that's coming in from studies that have already taken place. So we're really, really happy to share that with you. Then we'll have a Q&A with experts, so people like Mary Jo, Dr. Van Ree, and Dave. Throughout the day, think of questions that you have, and if you don't want to raise your hand and ask a question in the session, we have a box outside where you can just write it down and pop it in there, and we can answer really any questions that you have. That's why we're here today. And then Mileva and I will be talking a bit about patient engagement and our Warrior program, along with Barclay, who's a special advisor to the CDCN, and we'll have a special guest come in, so that'll be later this afternoon. And you guys will have a break, hopefully go back and get a little bit of rest, and then you can get changed, and then we'll have the gala that starts at 7:30, and it's actually right in that big room when you came off the elevators. We're using that space for the event tonight, so at least you'll know where to go. But I do want to open it up to questions, really anything that you have about the gala tonight, about today, anything in general. I know a lot of people have their tickets.
Excuse me. This may be odd. Okay.
Go for it.
Anyone else staying at the Sheraton that's driving or knows a better way to get there than walking that might be willing to help out?
Yeah, because I had the same issue earlier at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I did see you. Yeah, because for me, walking is difficult. So if there's any way that I could coordinate with someone, I'll pay the $1.50 gas to get from here to there.
7
Perfect.
cents, I think, actually. Yeah, I apologize for, well, I actually can't apologize for SEPTA, but I'm sorry that, that our public transportation is down. This is a really unfortunate time. I think that probably more unfortunate than our galas is the elections coming up and that people might not be able to get to vote because SEPTA's down. But I do think that it's particularly bad for our event that, that SEPTA's down also.
I think we're just trying to find a way to get back and forth.
Yes.
I know I have an issue with walking.
Of course, yeah, so I think if we can try to help to coordinate, find out who has a car, and then make sure that we get the people in the cars that need to.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Great point. Anything else? Well, let's dive in. So like I said, we had a different icebreaker sort of activity planned, but, oh, Penny?
Yeah.
Dave, I'll be able to shuttle people back and forth, but I know the area very well. We're from the area. So if we can
Great.
get together and if we just like maybe set up a little schedule,
Perfect.
I can just run people back and forth from the hotel.
That would be awesome.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
small car.
Yeah.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got a car also, we've got room for 2 people, and
Great.
we need to ride back to
I got this here.
the sheriff.
Perfect. Making connections. All right.
All set.
Nice, good.
Excellent. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
bringing
thank
that
you.
up. That was a great point. So what I was hoping we could do is go around the room, say your name, where you're from, if you're a patient or a loved one, and if you're a patient, the subtype that you have. So if you don't mind, we can start with a couple of our board members. You guys can introduce yourselves.
My name is Michael Steep. I'm on the board of directors of CARE / CDCN, and I'm here from California, mid-state California by Congress.
So, and I'm Greg Pacheco. I'm first and foremost a patient of Castleman's disease, and I have multi-cystic Castleman's disease. Diagnosed in 2003, was treated by Dr. Van Ree in Arkansas, and been normal life ever since. So, just gotta go every 10 weeks or so, get my infusion. I'm on my kids' beds and everything out, so, yeah, that's going great. And I'm also part of the board of directors. I'm the president of CARE / CDCN. Appreciate you guys all coming. This is amazing turnout and I'm excited.
Sonia, do you have?
I'm Sonia Holcomb. I'm from right here in Philadelphia. I have multi-centric Castleman. Was diagnosed back in 2007 after 6 years of symptoms, and I'm really happy to be here. I am Kayla, her daughter, also from here in Philly. I think she's pretty much said everything else.
Thanks, Kayla. We can go across the middle maybe and go up.
Okay, I'm Cindy Humphries. I'm the mom, this is my daughter, and we're from Corsicana, which is an hour south of Dallas, and we're very happy to be here.
I'm Victoria. I have multicentric Castleman disease. I was diagnosed in January.
So glad that you're here.
I'm doing well.
Hi everyone, I'm Grant Rogers from Sydney, Australia. So I decided to come this far. I got diagnosed in April of last year. Tried to get to last year's patient summit, just couldn't get here. I'm delighted to be here. I'm clear of my Parsons at the moment, but last year, in September, a few other complications have arisen in other organs. But I'm very happy to be here and meet you all as well. It's been a great challenge for me to get here, and I can't wait.
I'm David Rock. I'm a husband of Penny here, who's a unicentric patient. I'm just happy to be a part of everything that's going on and wish everybody well. And hopefully we can find a cure.
I'm Penny. I was diagnosed in June of last year, originally with multicentric, but after seeing Dr. Van Ree, it appears that I have non-resectable unicentric. Just fight every day, looking for a cure, give your samples, blood, toenail clippings, whatever you can. Send it to David.
Put them in a package though, don't just send the turnout package them up, seal them.
Nick, do you want?
I'm here from Boston. I've been with Castleman since my niece Elise had Castleman's and she passed away at the age of 13. And we've been raising money and I'm happy to be here today to learn a little more about it.
Nick?
I'm Nick Driscoll. I'm Elise's dad. No longer with us.
Thanks, Nick.
I'm Lene Buchla. This is my mother, Marcia, we're from Michigan. I have, depending on what doctor you ask, multi or unicentric, the plasma cell form. I was diagnosed in January of 2011.
My name is Michael Rios. I'm from Texas, Alvarado, Texas, little town south of Fort Worth. I got diagnosed in 2010, multicentric Castleman disease. Did a stem cell transplant at MD Anderson in 2012 with Dr. Fayyad, and I'm in complete remission.
Yay.
I'm Melissa, his wife.
I'm Alex Dean. I have unicentric. I was diagnosed in December of 2005 after struggling for about 2 years to find out what it was. So.
I'm Bryant, her husband. We're from around Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Thanks. Maleva?
My name is Maleva Rapaski, and I am a loved one. My daughter Katie has unicentric, unable to be resected, Castleman's disease. I'm also the director of the Warrior Program, so there's quite a few faces in here who are involved in our Warrior Program, and that's just a way for us to unite all the patients and loved ones together to raise awareness and funds, and you'll learn a little bit more about that when I talk later. So.
My name is Ron Carter. I'm here with my wife Adrian. She's been diagnosed 6 years ago. We're out just north of Seattle, Washington. She's been going to the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance at Fred Hutchison, having treatments every 3 weeks, and we're happy to be here.
I'm Adrienne Carter, and you told my story basically.
And she said she didn't want to talk.
I was hoping to see Jim Johnston here. He hooked me up with my doctor in Seattle, Corey Casper, who is the best. He wasn't able to make it this year. He has been previously, and he said, tell everybody hi and bye. Good luck.
I'm Brenda Longmore, and I'm from Otsego, Michigan, and I'm here to support my daughter Shannon, who has Castleman's.
I'm Marilyn Dorlag, I'm Shannon's grandma, and we're here to support Shannon in this quest.
Hello, I'm Bob Baker, Shannon's husband. I'll let her explain her story.
All right, I'm Shannon Baker, East Leroy, Michigan, and I have multicentric Castleman's. Been diagnosed since June of 2013 with my only known nearly fatal relapse. And we have my daughter, Quinn, and she is here to support us as well in this quest.
Thank you all for coming. Great crew.
And I'm Lisa. I'm the clinical data specialist on the Accelerate registry, which we're really excited about. We're going to talk to you guys about, and we're hoping to get everyone involved in. It's our first natural history registry about Castleman disease. And we're really, really hoping to get everyone here signed up, ready to go. We're going to learn as much as we can about Castleman disease and really dive right into it. So I'm going to be finding everyone later and helping you sign up, hopefully.
Hi everyone, I'm Helen. I am Chief of Staff, and you probably received many emails from me. I'm thrilled that you're all here. And Jeremy and I will also be doing blood draws on healthy controls shortly after this.
I'm Jeremy, I'm a medical student here at Penn. I'll be helping out with the full body blood test.
I'm Mary Jo Lefkowitz. I'm on the scientific advisory board for our collaboration, and it's great to see everyone. And can I be a healthy control?
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm Laura Layton, New York, South Carolina. I was diagnosed in September of 2013 with, excuse me, multicentric Castleman's disease. I've been taking some treatments every 3 weeks, but I'm having some issues now. I'm gonna have to take some chemotherapy soon. I go to Levine Cancer Institute in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I also see Dr. Nasta here at Penn.
My name's Billy Maven, I'm her husband, and glad I was able to make it, and I'm just ready for us to beat this.
Yep.
That's great.
Me too.
I'm BJ Campbell, we're from Missoula, Montana, and my wife is, has unicentric.
I'm Marcy Campbell. I got diagnosed last year. I'm resectable. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Alice Bennett, from Southern California, was diagnosed last June with idiopathic multicentric. Did chemo last November, and I've been feeling a lot better since then. So thanking God every day.
I'm Joe, husband.
I'm Michael. I'm from Germany, Bavaria, so excuse my English. I was diagnosed with unicentric Castleman's disease 4 years ago, but I'm also a cellular and molecular biology student, and more or less by coincidence, I work with HHV8, which I think you all know is probably the main causative agent of HHV8-associated MCD. And I'm now writing my master's thesis about it, so this is on 2 levels important for me.
I'm Ryan Hope, patient, diagnosed back in May of this year with multicentric Castleman's disease. Still battling, trying to figure out what's working and all that. So hopefully we can get some answers and get things straightened out.
And my name is Camilla Hogue. I'm here supporting Ryan. We're from Idaho.
My name's William Hedge. I'm from Sacramento, California. I was diagnosed multicentric in January of this year. And I don't understand why some people call it chemo and why some people call it infusions. But chemo seems to be easier to explain to other people. But I've gone through 10 years of 24/7 menopause. And it's been very, very hard to diagnose this, impossible until this year. And it seems like there have been mistakes made by my oncologists. So I finally have connected with UC Davis Medical Center in California, which is a top school. And so there's lots of phrases I need to learn.
You'll learn all of them.
IL-6, they
You'll learn
said
all
there
of them.
was something wrong with it, that there was a misdiagnosis and something's going on. And so I guess I'm gonna be starting some kind of a chemo in the next few weeks. But I can't tell you how glad I am to see all of you. It's just powerful, powerful.
That's awesome.
Do something nice for you.
Hello, my name is Lisa Yamasumi. I'm from Japan, from Tokyo. I flew 20 hours yesterday. I've been diagnosed with Castleman disease in 2009. I'm multicentric Castleman disease. I've been infused by tocilizumab.
That's right, yeah.
Perfect.
That's right.
Every 2 weeks, and I've been living normal life since then. Very happy to see you.
Wow, we're happy to have you.
My name is Milagro Savage. My house is a patient. We're from Buffalo, New York. She'll explain.
I'm Jeff Borsevich, I'm Buffalo, New York. Recently diagnosed with multi-Castleman disease in August. Currently in chemo right now, and I go and I see Roswell Cancer Institute, Buffalo.
I'm named Kenny Tillman, Star, Louisiana, here to support my wife.
My name is Stephanie Temple. My journey has been about 12 years now. I've been treated at MD Anderson Medical Center in Houston, Texas. I have multicentric Castleman's plasma variant, also with a genetic mutation of Bruxton's kinase, which means that I'm unable to make my own immunities to fight against foreign invaders. I'm from Louisiana, did I say? We're from down south, so we feel like a fish out of water right here. So if anybody else does too, just let us know. My journey has been very long. I've coded 3 times. It's just been a long journey, and we're looking forward to some good answers.
I'm Gary, from New Jersey. I got sick in March of this year and was actually diagnosed. Every time I go to say diagnosed, for some reason I want to say convicted.
Feels like that, doesn't it?
I had a great comeback from that. I was in really bad shape. All my organs shut down. I had a great comeback from that, and I was home and doing really well, and then relapsed in July right around my birthday and tanked again really badly. And I walked away from that a little more humble, but doing well. And I'm in chemo right now, doing 5 days, 5-day infusions. And my last round of chemo is next week. And I smoke the same brand as David. We're idiocentric, idiopathic, multicentric.
That's right.
With Tafra.
With Tafra.
Don't forget. And I'm Stacy. I'm Barry's wife.
I'm glad to be here. If you saw my post, I've been dying to find a doctor to treat me. I gave my kidney away this year due to Castleman's. And I've been battling this condition since I can have memory of myself. My biggest upset, I was 3 years in bed without walking. And they thought it was a severe arthritis, which the studies, they didn't know what it was. I'm so happy to be right here standing in front of all of you guys. And please adopt me. I need a doctor because I'm getting blasted where I'm living. I live in New Jersey, but my doctors don't take me serious. They just laugh at me like, what? What's that? And I have to go Google. Here you go. Read. And it's so frustrating because I don't know what else to do. And my gallbladder was taken last week, and they found a mass, and they think it's Castleman's too. So as soon as I get the results, I will send it to you. Because I'm so happy.
Thanks, Kelly.
I know I got Castleman highly in vascular, but nobody could tell me what it is. So, any inputs, I will greatly appreciate that.
We're definitely here to help, but you can see, you know, the variety of stories and people that Castleman disease affects definitely doesn't discriminate against anyone. But like Dave said, it's about beating this thing together. So we're so happy that you're all here, and as you know, we have a great day planned. So without further ado, we can jump in to the rest of the agenda.
Yeah, we'll jump right into it. Thank you guys for sharing your stories. I know that this is tough for many of us to share our stories, but I think that it's so important for all of us to know the perspectives we have. Cool, so we're gonna jump into, I know this feels kind of early in the agenda to start talking about research, but I mentioned there's 3 labs on Penn's campus that are waiting for samples, and it takes about 6 hours to process the samples. And so they want those samples earlier in the day as opposed to later in the day. So we kind of moved around the agenda so we could start talking about research and why I give to research and why you guys might want to give a blood sample today for research. Like I said, these labs are just waiting for these samples, and hopefully they can really help us to better understand the disease. I'm going to go through these slides really quickly, but the reason that I give to research is because I'm a patient with this disease, and I realize that giving my samples to research is what's actually going to give us the answers to help my disease and to help each of your diseases. So this is a picture of me when I was a healthy third-year med student here at Penn.